Welcome to today's explainer. Speaking as a medical doctor, I often hear from patients who are understandably pretty fearful of cancer and chronic disease. It's a heavy topic. But here's a profound medical reality that we honestly just don't talk about enough. Abnormal cells develop in our bodies every single day. Now, I know that sounds a bit alarming right off the bat, but here's the good news. Your body has an incredibly sophisticated, natural defense system designed to identify and neutralize these damaged cells long before they ever become an actual problem. And what powers this intricate defense system? Well, it's heavily influenced by the decisions you make right in your very own kitchen. So today, we're going to explore this cellular defense system together. We'll be uncovering 20 specific foods and, crucially, diving into the 5 distinct biological mechanisms they use to actively protect your health.
But before we get to the foods themselves, I really need to establish a firm medical baseline here. There is no single food that can cure cancer. None. If you ever see a sensational headline promising some miracle berry or a secret spice that cures disease overnight, it's simply not true. Cancer is a highly complex, multifactorial disease. And if you're ever diagnosed, modern medical treatments, things like surgery, chemotherapy, targeted therapies, and immunotherapies are absolutely non-negotiable tools. We are not talking about cures today. Instead, we're talking about creating a biological environment in your body that is highly unfavorable for cancer development in the first place.
All right, here is our roadmap for today's consultation. We'll start with the reality of the cellular defense system, break down those 5 key biological mechanisms, count down our 20 protective foods across 3 distinct categories, and finally, we'll build your cancer protective plate.
Section 1, the cellular defense system and the reality of abnormal cells. Let's dive in.
You see, cancer doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's a process. Throughout your life, your cells are constantly dividing and replicating their DNA, and naturally, occasional errors happen. It's just a byproduct of being alive. But your body acts like a highly trained security force, working tirelessly around the clock to repair that DNA damage, control rogue inflammation, and even trigger what we call apoptosis, which is essentially the programmed self-destruction of those abnormal cells. The absolutely crucial point to take away here is this. Your daily dietary choices act as the command center for that security force. The foods on your plate directly influence your systemic inflammation, your immune function, hormone balance, and the actual amount of cellular damage occurring at a microscopic level. Every day, you're either giving your body the high-quality tools it needs to support these protective systems, or you're feeding it highly processed, nutrient-void materials that place severe stress upon your defenses.
Moving right along to Section 2, 5 key biological mechanisms and exactly how food supports your cellular defense.
To really understand why food matters so much, we have to look inside the clinical toolkit your body uses. Epidemiological studies and rigorous clinical trials consistently focus on these 5 key mechanisms. First, we have antioxidants, which literally act as a molecular shield against cellular damage. Second, anti-inflammatory compounds that step in to cool the smoldering fires of chronic disease. Third is fiber, acting as the body's internal sweep and a powerful metabolic regulator. Fourth, immune-supporting nutrients that actively arm your white blood cells. And fifth, the promotion of a robust gut microbiome. Peer-reviewed research is now showing us that your gut bacteria actually regulates systemic immunity and inflammation right from inside your digestive tract. When we study global populations with significantly lower rates of cancer, we see diets rich in foods that activate these exact 5 pathways.
Let's define a major, everyday threat to your cells: oxidative stress. Every single day, your cells are exposed to unstable molecules called free radicals. These come from pollution, a poor diet, and even just your normal everyday metabolic processes. When those free radicals start to outnumber your body's natural defenses, you enter a state of oxidative stress. Think of it like rust progressively eating away at a car. It causes progressive damage to your cellular DNA over time. And this is precisely why dietary antioxidants are so vital. They step right in, neutralize those free radicals, and halt that cellular damage in its tracks.
Section 3, cellular protectors. Let's start counting down our top foods from 20 down to 16.
These are the foods packed with those unique plant compounds, scientifically proven to protect your cells from that everyday oxidative damage we just talked about. Number 20, oranges. They provide plenty of vitamin C, sure, but also powerful flavonoids for robust cellular function. Number 19 is tomatoes. Now, notice the science here. Tomatoes are incredibly rich in a red pigment called lycopene. Clinical studies have heavily focused on lycopene for prostate health. And interestingly enough, cooking your tomatoes in a little olive oil actually makes this compound significantly easier for your body to absorb. Number 18 is garlic, containing organosulfur compounds, which happens to be one of the most heavily studied natural substances for cellular defense. Number 17, green tea. It's packed with catechins that actively reduce the oxidative stress linked to aging. And number 16 is pomegranates, a fruit absolutely loaded with a massive concentration of protective polyphenols. Every single one of these works primarily by throwing a protective shield over your cellular DNA.
Section 4. Gut nourishment. Moving on to foods 15 through 11.
This group highlights one of the most chronically overlooked medical secrets in modern nutrition: dietary fiber. Clinical trials repeatedly show that a fiber-rich diet supports colon health, manages blood sugar, and is absolutely vital to feeding your gut bacteria. Coming in at number 15, oats. They contain a highly specific soluble fiber called beta-glucan that strongly promotes the growth of good gut microbes. Number 14, flax seeds. Packed with lignans and fiber. Just a quick tip, make sure they're ground up so your body can actually absorb those nutrients. Number 13 is chickpeas, rich in plant protein and metabolic stabilizing fiber. Number 12 is black beans. These contain resistant starch, which essentially acts as direct premium fuel for a thriving gut microbiome ecosystem. And number 11, lentils, a global dietary staple that honestly provides massive nutritional value per single bite. By feeding your gut bacteria these foods, you are directly reinforcing your immune system's command center.
Okay, Section 5. Combating chronic inflammation. Foods 10 down to 6. This next group is all about healthy fats and vital nutrients specifically designed to regulate the body's inflammatory response, which is a major key driver in preventing cellular mutation. As a doctor, I really need to contrast two different concepts for you here. Short-term inflammation is actually your friend. If you cut your finger or catch a seasonal virus, acute inflammation is the localized immune response that actively heals you. But chronic inflammation, that's a silent danger. It quietly lingers in the background for years, damaging healthy tissue and creating a biological environment heavily linked to Alzheimer's, heart disease, and yes, cancer. To extinguish that chronic inflammation, we turn to these incredible powerhouses. Number 10, walnuts, rich in plant-based ALA omega-3s. Number 9, sardines, which are highly sustainable and absolutely loaded with marine omega-3s and vitamin D. Number 8, salmon. Listen, every single cell in your body relies on a healthy cell membrane to function properly, and the specific EPA and DHA fats found in salmon literally build and protect those cellular walls. Number 7, spinach, packed with lutein, folate, and beta-carotene. And number 6, kale, providing an extraordinary amount of antioxidants to combat oxidative stress while delivering massive amounts of fiber. These foods don't just nourish you, they actively cool the dangerous, smoldering fires of systemic inflammation.
Section 6. Powerful plant defense compounds. We're in the top 5 now, foods 5 through 2.
We are now looking at the most heavily researched defense compounds in all of modern nutritional science, glucosinolates. These are natural sulfur-containing compounds found uniquely in cruciferous vegetables. And here is where it gets really cool. When you chew and digest these vegetables, an amazing biological reaction occurs. The glucosinolates actually convert into entirely new biologically active compounds. These resulting compounds then travel through your bloodstream and actively switch on your liver's cellular detoxification systems, helping your body clear out harmful toxins and potential carcinogens. It's literally food acting as cellular medicine.
And this science brings us perfectly to number 5, Brussels sprouts, packed with those exact glucosinolates and a healthy dose of vitamin K. Number 4, broccoli. Broccoli contains a specific derivative called sulforaphane, which is the subject of literally hundreds of clinical studies for its incredible, documented ability to protect cells from DNA damage. Number 3, blueberries. Their deep, beautiful blue color comes from anthocyanins, massive antioxidants that defend your genetic instruction manual from environmental stressors. And number 2, mushrooms. Varieties like shiitake and maitake contain unique beta-glucans that physically interact with your immune cells, training and supporting your body's natural defense mechanisms.
And coming in at number 1 on our list today is turmeric. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and it's responsible for that bright, vibrant yellow color. Let me tell you, few plant compounds in human history have generated the sheer volume of clinical research that curcumin has.
It is uniquely powerful because it doesn't just block one single inflammatory pathway. It simultaneously influences multiple biological pathways related to cellular stress and chronic inflammation. Now, just a quick medical caveat here, high-dose curcumin supplements can sometimes interact with blood thinners, so you should always consult your doctor before taking high-dose pills. But utilizing the actual turmeric spice in your daily cooking, that is incredibly safe and enormously beneficial for your cells.
Finally, Section 7, the Cancer Protective Plate and how to build a lasting daily routine. The greatest, most profound benefits in human health don't come from randomly eating one superfood once a month, right? They come from building a cohesive dietary pattern over time. Here is your daily framework. Notice how combining these categories creates a really powerful synergistic defense system. Leafy greens provide the folate and antioxidants. Cruciferous veggies switch on your detoxification pathways. Healthy fats like your salmon and walnuts cool down inflammation and actually help your body absorb the nutrients from those very greens. And legumes deeply nourish your microbiome. When researchers study diets associated with longevity, like the Mediterranean diet, this is exactly what they see. It's not magic, it is a championship team of nutrients working together day in and day out to protect the human body. Now, looking at all this science, you might be wondering, okay, doc, do I need to eat perfectly every single day? Do I need to overhaul my entire life overnight? And from a medical perspective, the answer is an absolute resounding no. In fact, obsessively stressing over dietary perfection can actually raise your cortisol levels, creating the exact same systemic inflammation we are actively trying to fight.
The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Your body responds to what you do most of the time. Long-term cellular health is built through hundreds of small, completely manageable decisions. It's simply swapping a sugary dessert for a handful of blueberries. It's adding a side of roasted broccoli to your dinner plate. It's choosing a nice piece of salmon instead of a highly processed fast food burger just once a week. These tiny, everyday habits compound dramatically over the months and years, providing your cells with a steady, reliable supply of the precise biological tools they need to repair DNA and truly thrive.
To conclude today's explainer, I want to leave you with this vital, provocative question. Which of these cellular defense foods will you actively incorporate into your daily routine starting right now? Take a look in your pantry, look in your fridge, and make a conscious choice to empower your body's natural defenses today. Thank you so much for joining me to explore the incredible science of nutrition. Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep protecting your health.